Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be surviving 100 days in Twilight Forest. This mod brings a whole new dimension, mobs, armor and weapons into Minecraft. Now make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and let's get into the video. Day 1 I spawned on an island with a bonus chest, and again it isn't cheating because it's a part of the game. Then out of nowhere the pool to the Twilight Forest spawned, so naturally I jumped in. I then spawned in a firefly forest, and after making a waypoint I cut down some trees. After walking for a bit, I found the Naga, which is the first boss in the Twilight Forest. I tried getting a closer look but got scared, so I left to make some stone tools. After getting better tools, I mined some coal and iron. I then found a cool root that when combined with iron and gold makes ironwood ingots, which is going to be very useful. So I used Vein Miner to mine all the roots, trying to get more. I collected 4 roots in total, but I got distracted by this giant mound, and after digging into it, I found out it was filled with ore and mobs. I got some iron and gold and left. I then killed a raven to get a feather which I can use to make a magic map. I then smelted some ores and made some armor and a shield. So I went back to exploring and I found a run down house with a skeleton, which I thought was friendly, but turns out I was wrong. After killing the magic skeleton, I broke the spawner and stole their food. I then found a cave and decided it would be a good idea to go caving. It wasn't a good idea. When I returned to the surface, I saw a massive tree, so I vein mined its roots to get more live roots. I think that's what it's called. But all I got was sticks. I found another magic skeleton house with more food. I then went back to the home pool to deposit my items and smelt my ores. After getting some more live roots, I combined it with iron and gold to make raw iron wood. I then smelted it, and after it was done, I made a sword and chestplate. I then went out looking for more ironwood roots, and while exploring I found some boars, so I killed them for food. When I got bored of killing them, I went back to exploring and found a maze, and because I'm lazy I decided to build up and loot it, which didn't go well, and out of shame and anger I killed some boars. While I was exploring I found an enchanted forest which looks amazing, then I died. And because you can't sleep in this dimension, you always spawn in the overworld. When I got back I made more raw ironwood and made a full set which was slightly better than iron. Was it worth it? Probably not. Do I look cool? No. And I made some tools. I then smelted some sand to make glass to make tanks for a backpack. But I needed leather, and because cows don't spawn in this dimension I went to the overworld, which is the only time I will go there apart from later on in the video. Anyway, after getting enough leather I went back. After getting some leather I went back, and for some reason I decided to fight the Naga. After killing it I got some scales which can be used to make some decent armor, and I got a trophy, which is the only thing I cared about, because if I can't flaunt my achievements, why have them? Because I killed the Naga I was able to enter the Lich King's castle. I should probably explain why. So in short, you have to kill all the bosses in order, so you can't kill the second boss without killing the first boss, and so on. Also, you can't enter certain biomes without killing the boss from the previous biome, and trust me, it gets very annoying later on. I then killed a bunch of mobs to get some loot, but all I got was arrows, paper and XP. There isn't much loot in this castle, so I went back to the pool. I then went back and killed as much of the castle as I can. On day 5 I went back into the overworld to get some more leather for the backpack. I then made a sleeping bag, and then I made the backpack, which is super cool because I can store all my items, lava and water. And somehow I could also use it as a crafting table. I then went out exploring and killed a deer which drops leather, something that would have been useful earlier. And after feeling like a complete fool, I went into the enchanted forest and found some ruins which should have had a questing ram, which it did, but I was too stupid to find it. The next day I decided to fight the Lich, and yeah, I died. When I got back I went mining for some reason, and after getting some diamonds I fought the Lich again and died. Again. I went back again and deflected the ender pearls back at the clones, which is how you have to fight him. Okay, I'm gonna skip to the actual boss fight because it's taking forever. It was going great until he spawned his minions, then I died. When I got back he was really low and I managed to kill him. It dropped his staff, which I didn't know how to use, and his trophy. After killing the Lich I went out exploring to find the Minoshroom. I went home after exploring to make some new armor by using Naga scales. And after getting more armor and food I went back to exploring. After a whole day I found the maze. The maze had pretty good loot, but was filled with lots of minotaurs that did a lot of damage, and there were also lots of bugs and spiders, which are the same. And yes, I died a lot here as well. I then spent a long time battling, dying, looting and exploring, and this goes on for a long time, so I'm just gonna skip to the boss fight. After some exploring, I found the boss room. I made a hole so I can shoot him, but I didn't know he could break blocks. So I had to make a barrier, but he broke it as well. So I made another one and placed down some water so he couldn't reach me. I also put down some lava to damage him, but I still died. When I got back, I managed to kill him and I got his cool axe, food and trophy. I then went home to deposit all my stuff and make golden apples. I then started to clear some trees near the portal to make my house, but I realized I lived right next to a castle. So I started to make the castle safe, but I was swarmed by tons of silverfish which nearly killed me. Like, if I died to a silverfish, I would have scrapped this whole video. After killing them, I'll go to the library in the castle to make a chest room. When the chests were put down, I labeled them so I can store all my items. I also cleared out another room to store my furnaces and bed, even though you can't sleep in this dimension. But the main point of the room was to store all my trophies, which looked really cool. I then went exploring for some reason and I kinda forgot why. No problem, I'll probably figure out while watching through the recording. Oh yeah, I was looking for the night place dungeon kingdom. I don't know what it is. Underground night dungeon. I found it but I couldn't break anything. But later on I figured out why, but I still look like an idiot every time I go here. The next day I tried to see if I can go into the biome where the Hydra is. Yeah, I can't. When I got back, I ate some stroganoff which could earn me an achievement, which made me think I can go into the night dungeon, but I still can't. Speaking of nights, have you guys seen Moon Knight? I have, it's amazing. I can't wait for there to be a season 2. Hopefully. Anyway, I left the dungeon to mine some obsidian and lapis for an enchanting table. I then did some googling and found out that the maze breaker, which is an OP pickaxe, was in the maze. I then made a maze map to find it. Day 16, I found the room with the pick, and after mining there slowly, I found TNT, which I got rid of. I then found the pick and some other good loot. When I got back, I made some steel leaf armor. I then enchanted it so I wouldn't die as easily. And after getting prepared, I went into the snow forest to fight the Alpha Yeti. Ooh, diamonds. I mean, time to kill the Alpha Yeti. When it spawned, it did a lot of damage, but I managed to escape and heal. So I started to attack. I did this strategy again, which killed him. Too bad the Alpha Yeti couldn't stand up to my Sigma grind set. But more importantly, I got a cool trophy. I then found and killed another Yeti. I explored the snow biome and found the ice biome with some penguins. Oh my god, penguins. Look how cute they are. They were. Anyway, I found a cool castle with weird mobs that did a lot of damage. The next day I realized I'm too weak, so I spent day 18 to day 30 making really good steel leaf armor and a really good axe. However, the axe cost too much to level up, so I went into creative to upgrade the axe, and I swore to myself that I can't use other weapons other than the axe. Look at all these cool enchantments. Do I know what they do? Definitely not. Did it help? Honestly, I don't know. I think it helped, but who knows. After getting OP, I decided to battle the Ice Queen. I started to clear the castle, which was filled with tons of floating armor and snowflakes. There were also some cool loot. I then got tired of exploring the castle, so I decided to build up and mine through the walls. After searching tirelessly, I found the room, and at first I did a lot of damage, but I nearly died to the queen and from gravity. I got back up and tried using an ice bomb, which did nothing. I waited for her to get low so I could attack, and after doing some damage, I checked my armor and realized my boots were destroyed and the rest of my armor was severely damaged. There goes days of grinding. I went down to a lower level and killed her. She dropped her trophy and a seeker bow, which does something. I don't know if it actually worked. After placing the trophy in my castle, I sorted my inventory and made new boots. Because I got a new bow, I needed arrows, so I went out killing a bunch of chickens and birds for feathers. I also made a small chicken farm. I then decided to put my armor away and cook some food. I made some Naga leggings with protection 4 and ironwood armor. After making some armor, I went out looking for gravel so I can get flint. While I was collecting flint, I tamed 2 dogs. I got enough flint for arrows, and after preparing myself, I tried fighting the Hydra, which was going well until I died. When I returned, I tried shooting the Hydra, only to realize you can't use arrows. So I decided to mark its position on its map so I can get more items. I made a flint and steel and took my obsidian to the overworld because you can't make another portal in the Twilight forest. After making a portal, I found a fortress, so I killed some blazes and magma cubes to make a fire resistance and strength potions. Day 34, I made some brewing stands. Naturally, I placed them under the stairs for some reason, It's not like there were dozens of empty rooms in this castle. Anyway, in order for me to make potions, I needed redstone and glowstone, and luckily there was an ore hill with them, so after a bit of mining, I started making potions. And all the potions were ready, I went back to fight the Hydra, and I think I'll let you enjoy this without me. Yeah, not gonna lie, I thought it'd be a lot harder.
That's what she said.
I teleported home and placed the trophy down and made some fiery ingots, which can make really good armor and weapons, but I didn't have enough to make a full set. So I just left it in my backpack until I can kill another Hydra. But I did try and make a sword, but I needed blaze rods, so I went into the nether to get one. When I made the sword, I killed a chicken. After doing some googling, I figured out the only way to get into the Knight's dungeon is to use a trophy to unlock the door, which made me feel very stupid because I already had a trophy when I first found it. After getting in the dungeon, I killed a bunch of weird mobs that dropped a bunch of armor shards, which can be used to make Knight's armor, which is pretty strong and cool. I spent a long time killing and looting, so I'm just gonna skip to the boss fight. After a pretty easy and calm fight, I got the trophy alongside some cool tools and powerful pieces of armor. Even though I killed the boss, I stayed in the dungeon to get more shards. Day 36, I returned home to empty my inventory and to place the Phantom Knight trophy down. After getting organized, I went into another Knight's dungeon to get more shards for a couple of days. After getting more than enough shards, I made some cool looking Knight's armor, but I didn't enchant it because I was afraid that it wouldn't last that long. Then I went to kill the Urghast. The castle was really cool and had some decent loot and cool mobs, like this golem which nearly killed me. While exploring, I found this key which unlocks the door when I have 4 of them, and you can get these keys around the chests in the castle. I'm gonna skip to the end or until I find something really interesting, because no one wants to see me run around in this castle for ages. Oh my god, I'm rich! Never mind. Now it's time to fight the boss. Now I'm not gonna lie, I forgot the strategy, if there was one. I just shot it with the bow, which was going well. I tried using these traps and that did help a lot, and after a long battle with a lot of deaths, I beat it. And it gave me its trophy and some fiery blood which I can use to make fiery ingots. When I got home, I put my trophy up and made some ingots to make the armor, but I only had enough to make a chestplate and leggings, so off camera I went out to find another Hydra to get more blood. Day 50, I managed to get enough to make the rest of the set, and it looks pretty disappointing. The Knight's armor looks way better than this, but it's stronger, so I'll have to deal with it. Okay, look, I thought it would make me fire resistant, and clearly I was wrong. Later on, I made another backpack to store my loot, and because I'm the king of this world, I made it out of diamonds. And after topping up my backpacks, I went out looking for cave trolls because I want to kill the giants, and to get to them, I gotta kill trolls to get magic. And after some searching in the wrong cave, I did some googling and found out that I had to go into the biome with the floating island. So I made my way to the biome with the cloud and found a nearby cave and dug down. And while digging, I found Trollstein ore block. I don't know if it has any use, but it looks cool, so I mined all of it. And after a little more mining, I found the troll cave. The cave was pretty cool. It had some mobs and some obsidian boxes with magic things, meaning that I could leave now. But why leave without killing the whole cave? Oh my god, it's a troll. It looks so adorable. I don't want to kill it, but I'm still gonna kill all of them. After they all died, I tried mining the giant obsidian box. But after realizing that I can only use a giant pick, I left to kill the giants. When I got to the surface, I placed the beans and they grew. And after they grew, I climbed the stalk and was face to face with me. And after killing after killing these imposters, I got a giant sword and a pick. So I left the cloud and went back into the mine to use the pick. And it's super cool. I then made my way to the giant underground cube, and after mining away the obsidian, I got into the chest and got some beans and a lamp which burns away the thorns in the thorny biome. Day 53, I went home to drop off everything so I can clear my inventory so I can take on the last castle, which is covered by thorns. I used the lamp to burn them and vein miner to clear them, and then made my way up one tower and saw this cube. It was friendly, but I still killed it. I continued to walk around and found nothing other than blue bears and wizards. Because I got bored, I made my way to the top of the main tower and found a cage seeing the final boss, and that I won, but there was no one there, so I'm assuming I'd be the Twilight Forest. However, I wouldn't consider it a win without getting all the trophies, so I gathered all the wood that I can and gave it to the ram to get his trophy. However, I couldn't find it, so I went out exploring, and while doing so, I found a giant hill in the ocean, so I broke into it and fell into a bunch of mobs which killed me, so I left. Day 56, I found another ram, so I force fed him a bunch of coloured wool to make him longer. And yes, I know how weird it sounds. And after giving him all the wool I had, I didn't get the trophy, and because I was angry, I killed it. So I spawned in another ram and gave myself all the wool. Hey look, a trophy! Wow, so cool. I then placed down the last trophy, and because I was fed up, I decided to end the video here. And just like that, I survived 100 or 56 days in the Twilight Forest. If you like this video, make sure you check out my other videos, and if there's anything you want to see, leave it in the comments. Anyway, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.